Good morning, Sir Chris. Today, my individual presentation will be focusing on the stories Girl by Jamaica Kincaid and I Stand Here Ironing by Tillie Olsen. First of all, the treatment of motherhood can be clearly seen as the theme of both stories. However, even though both stories share the theme of treatment of motherhood, they still vary in their intentions. This presentation is divided into 4 parts, and those are the similarities, the differences, motherhood as the main focus, as well as the conclusion. Now, let's get started. The common subjects or similarities that can be seen in both stories are one-way communication as well as distant relationship. Firstly, the one-way communication in both stories are represented in ways where the mother mostly fulfills only their needs and wants. In Girl, through the whole story, it can be seen that the child was narrating the words her mother would speak to her. I quote, "On Sundays, try to walk like a lady and not like the slut you are so bent on becoming." However, the daughter was never able to stand up for herself or defend herself, hence the one-way communication. In I Stand Here Ironing, however, the mother in the story struggles with balancing the needs and wants she thought her child would have needed with what her daughter Emily actually really needed, which she only realized too late, and I quote, "She kept too much in herself. Her life was such she had to keep too much in herself. My wisdom came too late." Additionally, the neglect of Emily's socio-emotional needs can be clearly seen due to the mother overlooking it, and that the only focus were the physical needs such as financial and physical health of Emily. Furthermore, it did not get any better, especially when the mother had a new baby, and Emily fell sick at the same time, which leads to the second similarity point, which is distant relationship. As a result, the mother decided to send Emily to a convalescent home, where I quote, "She can have the kind of food and care she can't manage for her, and you'll be free to concentrate on the new baby." There was never room for a connection, although she tried too late, and I quote from the story itself, "Only help her to know, help make it so there is cause for her to know that she is more than this dress on the ironing board, helpless before the iron. I used to try to hold and love her after she came back, but her body would stay stiff, and after a while, she would push me away." In contrast, in Girl, it was nearly impossible for the mother to listen to what the daughter actually wanted, and that she was more parent-driven than to actually think a mother-daughter connection was actually needed. In addition, there was no motherly affection whatsoever given, as it was all strictly her rules and restrictions needed to be followed. On the other hand, the differences between the stories can also be seen very clearly. The different intentions of the mother can be clearly seen. In Girl, it was somewhat a rule that was set to reach a goal only her mother could have envisioned. In I Stand Here Ironing, however, it was more of a way to achieve her rights and to feel like she was qualified to be a mother. Other than that, it can be clearly seen that Girl was narrated by the daughter and I Stand Here Ironing was narrated by the mother. Furthermore, a very clear difference seen is the parenting styles put out by the mothers in the stories. In Girl, as the mother is very parent-driven with the rules and strictness along with the controlling nature, it was more an authoritarian parenting. While in Standing Here Ironing, through the struggles, the mother have still tried to work even harder to get Emily all the things she needed, although she was busy providing financially and for Emily's physical health. She had never stopped to find solutions to help the daughter, hence authoritative parenting. Moving on, as a theme of motherhood can be clearly seen in both stories, there is no wrong or right in the treatment of motherhood. However, there will always be the results or effects seen in the child. Therefore, the ways of providing can be seen very differently from both mothers. In conclusion, the treatment of motherhood can be seen in both stories, Girl by Jamaica Kincaid and I Stand Here Ironing by Tillie Olsen. So that will be it for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.